of what you have, but so long as they have not stripped you of your life, there is still hope for you. You may have lost a lot of physical things, but so long as you are alive, you haven't lost everything. When the battle chooses you, God fights for you, is with you, and He will show Himself mighty. People may strip you of what you have, but so long as they have not stripped you of your life, there is still hope for you. Hello, good evening, and good morning, good night, wherever you may be. Welcome to Tuesdays with the Ambassador of Hope. You can see that we started exactly on time. Listen, I want you to get your friends, your neighbors, your family, everybody, pick up your gadget, and let's begin to share. Let them know that the Ambassador of Hope is about to start. How has your day been? I trust that your day has been very good. So please, let's do that. Let's do that. Pick up your tablets and let's share. We're going to share with as many people as possible. So let's just do that. The Ambassador of Hope is live. Let's do that. Hello, Prince Kwame Ankra. Nana, how are you doing? Joyce, good evening to you. So good to have you here today. Episode number 84. Abba Adoma Interiors, Design and Decoration, Gifty. Good to see you. I hope Ghana is treating you very well. Nana Osei Kosi Boadum Shepherd, God bless you. William Sachibakwe, yeah, good to have you here. I saw your note. You'll find out. Nana Kwame Ohene Boateng, God bless you so much. Good to have you. Colin Sobin says we must share. So please, let's begin to share. Let's share all the way. Let the numbers go up. I'm spying it up here. All the way from Omaha, Nebraska. Elmark Mills. Elmark, God bless you so much. Let's do that. I'm waiting on all of you. Mark Pessima, you are right here. Good evening to you. Let's see our crowd on YouTube, who is right here on YouTube. Listen, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page and like us on Facebook. Click on the notification so that you can be notified, because I know that there are a whole lot of things that sometimes fight for our attention. And so you need to be gently reminded with our notifications. So let's do that tonight. I'm very excited to have you. Let's do that. Oh, I have so many of our friends and family on YouTube. Our YouTubers, God bless you. Hey, the Pojova says, please share. Let's share. Can we do that? Don't keep it to yourself. Tonight, the other side of this, I trust that we're going to learn a whole lot of things. Brandon says, share. Brandon says, and when Brandon says share, my friend, you better share. Let's share and let's do it together. Let's study together. I'm going to wait for you. Pick up your tablet and let's do it. Can we? Shall we? Let's do that. Please, let's do that. Share. Mary Frempo is watching. Gabon D. Ofosu-Appiah, all good to have you. You seated already. I know you are seated and ready to have some wisdom. It's going to be awesome tonight. The other side of this, episode number 84. Let's do it. The last one before I get out of here, and then I'll be back shortly. Let's do that. I'm waiting up. Daniel, listen, can you share? Can you just share? Just tag some people, share. Call people, let them come up. I'm just watching the numbers over here. I want us to reach a little bit, before we start sharing, because sometimes, people might be a little bit late, a little bit tardy. And so the next 1 or 2 minutes, I'm going to wait on you. Arita Amposaki Zito, good evening to you, Arita. How are you? I'm sure you are doing very well. Thank you for coming up. Raymond Appiah, God bless you. Raymond is giving a shout out to Faustina, Fiona, and Reggie, all the family Appiah. Let's do that, family. Let's do that. Thank you so much, Raymond, for sharing. Please share. If this is worth hearing, it's worth sharing. Don't keep it to yourself. Last episode was what doesn't kill you, and the sequence is going to be the other side of this. Whatever it is that you are dealing with, that is not the only side. There are two sides to every story. So let's do that. Good evening, Fiona. Thank you here. Thank you so much, Davina. Good to have you here. Wise the maker, wise. God bless you so much. Awesome gift, awesome person. Mami Adjoa Nyako, God bless you so much. Wow. The numbers are going up. The numbers are going up. The numbers are going up. It's not what you see on your screen, but what I see on my screen. So God richly bless you. I see better on my screen than yours. And so let's do that. Let me check. George Jones, bless you. Bless you from the city of London. God bless you. Eliezer, how are you doing? I hope you and the boys are doing very well. So good to have all of you. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Mami Akwa says, good evening, Daddy. Please share. Mami Akwa is talking to us all the way from Royal Victoria, Docklands, England. Adam Agweti, good evening to you, son. I hope you are doing very well. Daniel the Eagle, all the way from the Republic of Texas in the United States. God bless. Ella, good evening, Ella. Thank you. Let's do it. Let's go. I just need some 10 more people to join us, and then we are good to go. Hi, Monsieur President Pascal, God bless you. Good evening to you, Funke. I'm doing very well, Funke. I'm doing very, very well, Funke. I hope the elections in Nigeria went well. I've not heard too much about it, and I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is. But God richly bless all of you. God richly bless all of you. Let's do that. Let's do that. Three more, and we're good to go. I can see what I can see on my screen. You can see it, so don't worry about what you see there. Because whatever you are seeing on your screen, I've got over 2 or 3 times the real thing on my screen. So let's do that. Just one more minute. Michael, good evening, Michael. God bless you so much. The most reverend Asante Bosman, God bless you. Wow, tonight I am blessed and I'm humbled and I'm shaking. Rich, Eric Vance, good evening to you, son. Good evening. I am doing well, George. I'm doing well, George Jones. God bless. We're going to study together. We're going to get ourselves together. Tuesdays with the Ambassador of Hope. Yes, tonight is a night of hope. Last episode we had some interesting things. We learned some interesting things. So let's do that. Good evening, Max Elikem. Max, good evening to you too. Thank you. David Campbell says hello, everybody. Please give a shout out to David. I hope you and Jennifer and the boys are all doing very well. Thank you. We are just about to take off. Let's do it together. Emma Ronnie, good evening, Emma. I hope you are doing well. I'm doing very well too. Thank you very, very much. You see, Shepherd is tagging a whole lot of people. Can we tag them? Wow, I see good numbers up here. Michelle Ray says she's ready to learn. Listen, the other side of this, we're going to learn together. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be good. Listen, let me do a very short recap. Last episode, we began to consider something that was very powerful, which came out of a statement that one of the most gifted human beings who ever walked this planet ever said, Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, that great German philosopher who had a sharp brain, and yet he used it to undermine the foundations of Christianity and its morality. He made a statement that what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And so last episode, we learned it. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And this burden, like I said, it came by this German philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. We stated last time that in the year 1876, there were some 4 opportunistic diseases that were killing children in Europe. Today, they don't do that anymore, mercifully, because of all the vaccines and inoculations that we have. But things like measles, smallpox, chickenpox, mumps were killing children by their thousands. And Nietzsche made an observation that any of the disease, any child who contracted any of these diseases and lived and did not die but survived, developed an immunity to what tried to kill them. And out of that, he gave this famous quote, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Of course, you and I know with a little bit of hindsight to know that anytime some virus, some disease and things hit you like chickenpox and some of these things, you tend to develop an immunity. The body has been designed. That is why the psalmist says that I am wonderfully and fearfully made. God has put some defense mechanisms on the inside of every human being. Our blood cells, the red blood cells, the white blood cells, they all fight diseases and things and make this body amazing. That is why you should never abuse this body that God gave to you. Take care of this body because it's the temple of God. Of all the places that God could have chosen to live, he said, I'll dwell in you. Which means the most ornate, the most beautiful, the most expensive, gold-plated, diamond-encrusted temples made with human hands will not be capable enough. God, in his wisdom, chose to dwell in this body made of clay. That is the wisdom of God. So I'm talking to somebody here tonight. Please anything that you are putting into your body, whatever you are subjecting your body to, realize that it is the temple of God. We dress up, we make ourselves well, we shower, we dress up to go attend a temple made with hands. But what about the one where the body where God was? Well, I digress a little bit, but listen, whatever does not kill you, make you stronger. So again, tonight, my friend of hope, my hope friend, whatever you have been through, if that thing didn't kill you, then it was designed to make you stronger. Never forget that. God says that I know the thoughts that I have for you, the plans that I have for you. They are plans of good and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. That accident that you survived, that COVID-19 that you survived, that childhood disease that you survived, that attack that you survived, that spiritual attack, whatever it is that you came through, the thing didn't kill you. The fact that you are hearing me today means that you survived something. You did. You are a survivor. You are a champion. And in the light of that, you have become stronger. That is why you must never live in regret. And I'll come back to that. You must never look at all the things that you have been through and think that it was useless or worthless. There was some lessons to learn from it. So if you have been through a mess, hear me, my friend, there is a message in your mess. If you have been through a trial, there's a triumph in your trial. If you have been through a test, my God, there's a testimony in it. So wherever you find yourself today, my friend, don't give up. Don't cut and run. Don't resign yourself to fate. If that thing didn't take you out, it has made you stronger. If that thing didn't destroy you, you become a better woman, you become a better man. And last episode, this is a continuation of the episode. Our template for discussion was Paul's journey, the greatest example for Jesus that Christianity ever produced, that man called Paul. He was Saul of Tarsus, who later became Paul, changed his name to Paul. Paul means little. And he was on a journey to Rome. And on that journey, he had an encounter with a venomous viper, a venomous creature. And if you permit me tonight, please let me just pick up my let's go right here and let me pick up the scripture. I just want to deal with it with you. So please forgive me. We learned some life lessons out there in Acts chapter 28. Acts chapter 28. And I told you Tuesdays with the Ambassador of Hope is not another church service, it's not another preaching. I just want to bring you some encouragement. I want to bring you some hope. Listen, sometimes I get some inboxes, I get some little bits of shades here and there. Everybody must be focused on some assignment, and I respect everybody's assignment. But sometimes the 40 minutes, 45 minutes that we do on Ambassador, I have a reason. I want to bring an encouragement to you. When we have to go into theological discussions, oh yes, we do that. When we have to go to this, we do that. But Tuesday with the Ambassador of Hope is just that. Hope to somebody, to get up one more time, to know that it is not over until God Almighty says it's over. If I can help you put one foot in front of the other in spite of your bleed, I'll be very happy. That is the vision that God gave to me, and that is what I share with you today. Paul is traveling to Rome, and he got into a shipwreck situation. And Acts chapter 28, Luke, Dr. Luke was his companion, his writer, his scribe, said that now when they had escaped, they found out that the island was called Malta. And the natives showed us unusual kindness, for they kindled a fire, made us all welcome, because of the rain that was falling and because of the cold. But when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, a viper came out because of the heat and fastened on his hand. So when the natives saw the creature hanging from his hand, they said to one another, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he had escaped the sea, yet justice does not allow to live. But he shook up the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. However, they were expecting that he would swell up or suddenly fall down dead. But after they had looked for a long time and saw that no harm came to him, they changed their minds and said, he was a god. Wow, what an episode. Listen, today, episode number 84, the other side of this, because it's going to be a continuation, a follow-on from where we got to last Tuesday. And last Tuesday, we found a few life lessons, and I want to repeat them because one of the great marks of teaching is repetition. You repeat until your students get it, because we are leaking vessels. Human beings, we are leaking vessels. The things that fight us for our attention are so many. So these are some life lessons that we need to look at again. I want to help you. I want to say some things to you. Number one thing that I want you to realize is this, that you don't always suffer because you did wrong. You don't always suffer because you did wrong. You don't always go into pain and all that kind of thing because you have done wrong. What wrong did Paul do? His only wrong that he did was that he preached the truth. And he stood before the seat of Caesar, before Agrippa, and he was going to get injustice. So in his wisdom, he appealed to the seat of Caesar. And so he was on his way to Rome. Listen, stop blaming yourself for anything that goes wrong. Because many times there are people that are living in regret. They are living, they have joined, they have the membership of the guilt club because of things that went wrong. Have you realized that a lot of things that have happened, your suffering and things, was not your fault? Listen, you don't always have to suffer. When you are suffering, you have to understand that suffering is not always the result of something that you have done wrong. In fact, a lot of suffering in this life, you are going to live godly, you are going to suffer. People are going to hate you. People are going to misunderstand you. You are going to go without some things. You are going to go through the hard way. So please, not everything that has gone wrong is your fault. And even if it is your fault, get it right, correct it, learn, grow, and move on. That is what we learn. Because the people thought he was a murderer. He had done wrong. Justice is coming after him, and he had run away. That is why the snake has bitten him. Everything that you do, somebody has something about. In fact, opinions are like armpits. Everybody has two. Opinions are like armpits. Everybody has two. So you don't always suffer because you did wrong. What wrong did Daniel do for him to end up in a lion's den? What wrong did Shadrach, Meshach, and the Abednego do? Their only good was that they stood and refused to compromise. So many times, when you stand for what is right, things could go badly wrong in your life. Never forget that. That is why we are different from the people of the world. Number two, learn to build the fire by yourself. Last Tuesday, we said Paul was a whole man of God, powerful man of God, preacher par excellence. And yet, because of the cold, when they were locked up on the island, he himself, by his own hands, gathered some sticks to build the fire by himself. There are times and there are some seasons. There are some things that, listen, you shouldn't expect other people to do for you all the time. I realize that for many of us, we have this entitlement attitude, this dependency mentality, and that we feel that everybody is duty bound to make us happy. Let me tell you, everybody that you meet in this life is going through something. So not everybody is going to stop immediately to wait on you hand and foot. Not everybody, listen, people are going through things. The only reason you don't see it is that they don't advertise theirs like you do. So if you ask somebody for $1 and the person says, I can't afford $1, but I can afford 10 cents. If you ask somebody for a CD, a Naira, whatever, and they are not able to give you the full import, don't look at the way they are dressed. Don't look at the color, their shoes and things, and think they are okay. They may be broke. They may be driving on fumes. But listen, there are some things that you've got to roll up your sleeves. You've got to put your head down and you've got to fight your way up. Because let me tell you something. One of my great mentors is the pastor of the First Assembly of God Church in Phoenix, Arizona, Dr. Tommy Barnett. He said, if you walk through life, listen carefully, this is what he said to me. He said, if you walk through life with your hands like this, always asking for a handout, 365 days, you are going to be angry and disappointed. But if you walk through life with your hands like this, looking for who you can bless, then for 365 days, there'll be opportunities for happiness. My friend, learn to build your own fire by yourself. Number three, we learn that the enemy will always attack you in the area of your gifting, in the area of your calling, in the area of your ministry, in the area of something that God wants you to do. Whatever, that is why anytime you get a prophetic word, be ready for battle. That is what the book of Hebrews said, that now that after you have been illuminated, after your eyes have opened, understand that the only being who is omniscient is God. Satan is not omniscient. He doesn't know everything. And how does he know things about you? Words, prophecies, things that have been said. That is why they get information about you. So you have to be very careful. That's why God gave you a prayer language, which Paul says that no one understands, because in the spirit, you are speaking mysteries. I don't want to get into church situations, but listen to me. The enemy, the snake, the viper, when the heat came, there were 276 people who were being shipwrecked on that island. The snake bypassed everybody and went to attack Paul. And of all places where the enemy would bite, it was the hand of Paul. the same hands we're going to see that will make a powerful difference on that island. Whatever does not kill you will make you stronger. The fourth thing that we learned was that whatever is attacking you, get close to the fire and shake it into the fire. Get close into build your fire of prayer. Build your fire of deep intercession. Shake it up. Don't sit there and let the enemy introduce all kinds of poison into you. Make a move. If it is depression, I'm thinking today as I was praying this afternoon, I just felt that there are some individuals that need to be set free from the spirit of depression. You've been very depressed. You go through anxiety attacks. You don't even know what is wrong. There's this deep sense of foreboding. There's a premonition. Something is about to happen. You don't know what it is about. You drive your car, you park your car, and you weep uncontrollably. You straighten your weave and you make your makeup, extend your eyelashes, and put on a nice smile, put on your lipstick. But deep down, you know that there's something that is not right. Let me tell you something. Your destiny is too powerful for the enemy to just hijack it. I don't know who I'm talking. Maybe I'm talking to a brother. You have looked at your life. You are at a particular age, and you are wondering, what have I got to show in this life? Listen, don't let the enemy whisper some things into your life. So long as there's breath in your nostrils, and there's a heartbeat in your chest, and there's a desire and a passion in your belly, you can rise up again. It is not too late. It is not over until God says it is over. Your last days can be your best days. Oh yes, I believe that, God, that your life is not a foot race. Life is not a foot race. So please hear me, my brother. Hear me, my sister. Don't give up. You are too young to give up. You say, oh, but I'm 50. I say you are too young to give up. How old was Abraham when he was called? How old was Abraham when he was called? Think about that, my friend. It is not over. Some of the most powerful people who have done things and left their footprints in the sands of time were elderly. When you look at the Fortune 500 companies, the CEOs, they are quite elderly. Listen, it is not too late. Start. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. Oh, I like this. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Starting is the key, is the door. You enter into it. So whatever it is, anxiety, for somebody, there's a threat that is hanging over your head. You wait, you see, I'm coming after you. I'm going to repossess this. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to do that. And because of that, you are always jittery. Your nerves are jangled. Shake them off into the fire. Build the Holy Ghost fire in prayer and shake it off. Just shake it off. Maybe for somebody, it's your past failures that is always coming to haunt you. You get into a relationship, somehow it comes up. You relocate to another place, somehow it comes up. You even change your name, somehow it comes up. Listen, shake it off. That is what we learned last week. And we said that the poison, the enemy introduced venom. Venom is to immobilize you. It has all these immobilizing chemicals. They are toxins, poison. When a serpent, when a snake bites you, there's hemotoxins and they just want to destroy you. Neurotoxins and hemotoxins. They affect your breathing. They affect your blood flow. It cuts your paralyzes you, and then you lose your motor skills, and eventually it cuts your life off. Never allow the poison of the enemy to destroy you. And we said that there are two reasons why I believe that the thing couldn't kill Paul. And remember, whatever does not kill you will make you stronger. I determined that the first reason I believe that Paul didn't die, not because he was Superman or a magician, but it was because of what was in the inside of him. Let me tell you, my friend, if only you knew and appreciated and utilized what God has deposited on the inside of you, you will never allow the enemy to bully you any longer. Let them do their business. Let them introduce the poison. Let them do anything. But 1 John chapter 4 and verse number 4, it says, greater is he who is in me than he that is in the world. Greater is he who is in me. I want you to say to yourself every day that the Most High God dwells on the inside of me. You contain the power of God. The book says that the fullness of the Godhead bodily dwells in my Lord. That is the fullness of the Godhead dwelled in Jesus. And it didn't end there. He said, and we find our completion in him. We are complete in him. We are joined together with Christ. Do you know how many poisonous things have been introduced into you that you didn't even know? Those dreams that you had, the things that you were eating in covenant, the things that were biting, the things that were chasing, you are still here. Even in the days that you couldn't even pray, my friend, God showed himself mighty on your behalf. There's something on the inside of you, my friend. What is in you is greater than what they are trying to introduce into you. So stop the blaming. Who did what to me and who did this to me? And begin to celebrate what is on the inside of you. We have this treasure in earthen vessels. If it was to be today, the apostle will say, we have this power, this treasure in styrofoam cups. You may look frail, you may look weak, but what is on your inside is dynamite. And that is why you wouldn't die. That's why you've never died. And the second reason why the poison didn't kill Paul is because he carried purpose, destiny. He was the man who had been sent by Christ to go to Rome to preach. Hear me. I don't know what people may have said to you. I don't know what you may have said to yourself, but there's too much destiny invested in you. So whatever you are facing will lack the ability to kill you. God has not finished with you. The day he doesn't need you here on earth, he will call you home. But not until that. I quote David Livingstone, that great explorer, who said, you are immortal until your assignment is finished. You are immortal until your assignment is finished. You will not die. You carry destiny. You carry purpose. You haven't even begun to scratch the peripheries of what God will use you to do. So my friend, don't do it. So this brings us to the next chapter today, the other side of this. I came with an announcement that whatever you are facing today, the trouble, the bankruptcy, the money issues, the embarrassment, the shame, whatever it is, that is not the end of the story. There's always another side of your trouble. It is called victory. The other side of this, I just want to draw your attention, because sometimes we face issues, we go through things, and we tabernacle, we build a tabernacle there, and we worship at that altar of our past failure or whatever we are facing at the moment. And we realize that, listen, when the door is slammed in your face, we spend so much time looking at that slammed door, that closed door, crying, that we don't realize that a bigger door has been opened for us. Whatever it is, there's another side to this. And so I want to continue from where we left off. You know, we're reading Acts chapter 20. We read Acts chapter 28 about Paul, the snake bit him and that kind of thing. So I'm going to read 4 verses 7, 8, 9, and 10. It says that, you know, they got on the island, and it says that in that region there was an estate of the leading citizen of the island, could be the governor of the island, whose name was Publius, who received us and entertained us courteously for 3 days. And it happened that the father of Publius lay sick of a fever and dysentery. Paul went into him and prayed, and he laid his hands on him. That same hand, remember, that same hand. The enemy will attack you in the place of your calling. That same hand that the snake bit, that he shook it off, he took those same hands and laid on the man and healed him. So when this was done, the rest of those on the island who had diseases also came and were healed. They also honored us in many ways. And when we departed, they provided such things as were necessary. What if the story had just ended of just shaking the beast into the fire? No, there's another side to this. What if Paul, when the snake bit him, had quit and said, I'm not interested, I quit? No. There was something at the other side of his trouble. Let me welcome some few people. Rama, God bless you. Rama, God bless you. I got your message. God bless you. Nana Kunado Brefo, all the way from Toronto, Canada. I hear that it's bitterly cold. I'm warming here. I'm humidly warm here. God bless you. Yes, Nana Mwako, thank you, man of God. You are immortal until your assignment is finished. Never forget that. That is why you will not die before your time. If you have an assignment, God will keep you. Let me give you an example. Simon Peter. Listen, Simon Peter. One day, Jesus was walking with John, and he turns around and he's walking with Simon Peter, and he turns around and sees John following, and Simon Peter said to the Lord, why is this guy following? Jesus said, that's never your business. Even if I say this guy will live until I come back, that's not your business, but you follow me. And the Lord said something to Peter, that today you are strong, but the day will come that you'll be very old, and you have to hold you. And so Simon Peter knew that he wasn't going to die young. So one time he was put in prison. 16 soldiers were keeping guard over him. And yes, Simon Peter could sleep. That is why the angel came and broke jail for him. He knew that he wasn't going to sleep. Listen, when you know that you have unfinished business with the Lord, don't be careless. You will not be taken out. You are immortal until your assignment is over. Yes, the same hands that the enemy targeted brought healing. That is the clue. That is the clue. Raymond, you are in it. Raymond, you are in it. Tracy Ann, blessings to you. God bless you. Hey, where are my YouTube crowd? Where are my YouTube crowd? Let's where you at? Let's see how many of you are here. God bless you so much. Oh, look at that. God bless you. God bless Joe Cheeks. Yes, you are too young to give up. I like that. Ella, God bless. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I like it when you are posting all these little things that I say. Just spread them all over the place. They are yours. You Lily, God bless you so much. Now let's go. Who is here? Henrietta, Dennis, Henrietta, God bless you so much. Yes. Who is here? Who is here? All right, let's go. Listen to me. Look at what Paul went through. And so it showed me that whatever you are facing is not the end of the story. They had gone through a bitter storm. The enemy attacked their boat. Everything broke. And snake bites. All these were mega events. But at the other side, we are seeing that there's something there. Hear me. At your other side of your pain, at the other side of your problem, at the other side of your setback, at the other side of your temporary delay, at the other side of your embarrassment, at the other side of your agony, there are mega breakthroughs that are waiting for you. The other side of this. We looked at the story, storms, snake bites, but little did we know. Look at the narrative. It tells us that on the island, there were great things that were happening, waiting to happen to Paul and his team. What if he had quit? What if at the storm they said, we have given up? No. Something was on the island. Yes, listen. Many times people talk about destination. Yes, destination is good, focus. But can you enjoy the journey? Many times we don't enjoy the journey, so we don't see the goodness of God in the land of the living. People are talking about going to heaven. Yes, we are going to heaven. God has no problem bringing you to heaven. If he needs you now, he doesn't have to. Somebody said God is trying to kill. God trying to kill you? You think God will try to kill you? Hey, go and ask Moses. God and Moses took a walk to the mountain. Only God came back. Have you thought about that? God and Moses took a journey. Only God came back. And God came and said, Moses is dead. That's it. Only God came back. So God has no problem calling you home. But there are things for you, my friend. And let's look at a few things that were waiting to happen. Number one, it says that the natives, people that they didn't know, they showed them unusual kindness, total strangers. But they were touched to show unusual. Anytime I read this scripture, it blesses me. Because kindness is good enough. When people show kindness is a fruit of the spirit, it's good enough. But it says unusual kindness. Could it be that the people, the natives on that island, they had a reputation of being inhospitable? They had a reputation of even killing people who had come to their island. So they acted out of character. Or it could be that the kind of kindness that they showed Paul and his team, they had never seen anything like that before. For 3 days, they entertained him. Listen, I know you are facing some storms. I know you are going through a lot. I know that people may have done you wrong. I know that things haven't turned out that way. But look out, there's another side to this, and it's going to be good. May God Almighty touch people. May God touch people to show you unusual kindness in this season. You need somebody, you need a judge to show you kindness. You need an immigration officer to show you kindness. You need a police officer to show you kindness. You need a bank to show you kindness. You are going to an interview. May God touch that person's heart to show you unusual kindness. You are looking for a church building. May God give you unusual kindness. May God give you planning permission. May God touch people's heart to supply to you. May God give you favor. I am praying. I'm stopping this moment and I am praying for favor upon your head. May unusual favor come upon you. May you be lifted. May you be loved. May you be picked up by helpers. May God Almighty touch the heart of people to help you, so help that you can forget about all the losses that you have been through. Unusual kind. In fact, I confess over you. I declare over you. I speak over you. I dictate over your head that this season may somebody show you unusual kindness. The kind of kindness that you go into your bedroom and cry and ask God that what have I done to deserve this? May God show you his goodness in the land of the living. The second thing that we saw on the island. Of course, he shook off snake bites. I'm not going to dwell here for too much. We've talked about that, but we learned a lot in that. That what didn't kill you will not kill you. You have come too far to be taken out by venom. And talking about venom. I was meditating on this today, and it hit me that several times in the Bible, especially in the book of Proverbs, and Paul also talked about human behavior, that the poison of vipers is upon their tongue. The Bible talks about the tongues of people that are powerful venom. Let me tell you, there's somebody here listening to me. You have gone through a lot with the tongues of men. Listen, I have been there before. I survived it. Let me tell you something. You will not die. Join the association of survivors. I have lived through situations where it looks like every tongue from where I was going wanted me to come down. Or there are people who have met people in, I don't like to get into this, but like people are waiting for you to go down. But let me tell you something. When the hand of the Lord is upon you, when the hand of the Lord is, nobody can pull you down. Let them sit down, let them plan, let them do all their machinations, but the goodness of God shall locate you. Learn to shake everything off, and the venom, lies. There are cultures that can lie. There are cultures that can gossip. There are cultures that can misrepresent. Man of God, listen to me. Woman of God, listen to me. Leader, listen to me. Politician, listen to me. Husband, listen to me. Wife, listen to me. Tongues have seriously jeopardized relationships. Some of you, your confidence have been killed. Your faith level has been killed because of what tongues of men have subjected you to. Today, in the name of everything that is holy, get up again and understand that you can't put a good person down forever. Rejoice not over me, the wise man said. Oh, my enemy, for when I fall, I shall rise. And when I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light to me. Just shake them off and keep moving. Now, the third thing that I learned at the other side of this, so beautiful. Let's look at the other side of this. That's funny. Verse 7 and 9, we looked at it. It says that in that region was an estate of the leading citizen, that is the governor, I'm sure, whose name was Publius. He received us. He entertained us. And then look at it. The guy's father was sick. He was dying of a fever and dysentery. He's running a temperature, very bad. Dysentery, it means that's extreme diarrhea. A virus. Those days, no medications for that. Paul went in and prayed, laid his hands on him, and healed him. And look at the result. The rest of the island where diseases also came, and they were healed. A healing revival. The other side of the storm, there was a governor, Publius. His dad was dying of dysentery, a bloody disease, diarrhea. And Paul used those same hands that was attacked. Listen. Yours may not be a hand, but a testimony. You use that testimony, the thing that you went through, to talk to other people. He laid those hands that had been poisoned that he shook off and laid hands on a sick man. I told you what was on the inside of him was more powerful than the venom. What you have is more powerful. Man of God, go and lay hands again. Businesswoman, go and start that thing again. Listen, get up again. It is one thing to fall down. It's a different thing to get up. Falling down doesn't make you a failure. It is staying dead that makes you one. Paul had been wounded by this thing, but he took those wounded hands that had been healed. Let me make a statement here. You can screenshot it. You can screenshot it. You can want it. I wrote it down here. I said, by observation, wounded healers understand their patient's pain more than any other people. Wounded healers. Healers, people who go out there to help. Counselors. Pastors, leaders, whatever, who have been through things before, they really understand the pain. Sometimes when I listen to some leaders, and it's because you haven't been there before. Sometimes people speak and I know they haven't been to Jordan before. Jordan is the river of death. It's the river of shame. It's a river of rolling away. And whenever you have been through Jordan, you know how to speak at the other side of Jordan. Let me tell you, what doesn't kill you will make you better. You survive that. Not just for yourself, but so that you understand what other people go through, so that you be compassionate. Sometimes the Lord allows us, especially you listening to me, leader, to go through. A lot of your experiences are not for yourself. Abraham's delay for 25 years was not for himself. It was for you and I to know that if God speaks and he doesn't even talk to you again, whatever he has said shall come to pass. Whatever you are going through, my friend, know that there's a method to the madness. There are great opportunities at the other side. What doesn't kill you will make you better, but there's another side, the other side of this. What if Paul had quit at the storm? What if he had quit when the snake bit him? What if he had closed shop and gone home? Little did he know that there was unusual kindness coming to him. Little did he know that people were going to show him amazing things. The other side of this. Let me give you an example. In Mark chapter 4 and verse number 35, that carpenter from Galilee, the Lord, he said to his 12 apprentices, they have been doing a lot of work, they were tired, and they were on the sea. And he said to them in Mark chapter 4, I want to show you there, Mark chapter 4, verse number 35. Please permit me whilst I pick it up here. Next week is going to roll on your screen. So listen, Mark 4 and 35, listen to it. It says, and on the same day when evening had come, he, that is Jesus, he said to them, that is his apprentices, the 12, let us cross over to the other side. What promise has he given to you? What has he said to you? Let us, he didn't say let's go and sink. He didn't say let's go and die. Don't forget in the dark what he told you in the light. Never forget. His words don't change. Between point A and point B, whatever he has said, forever, oh God, your word is settled in heaven. He said, let us go to the other side. But look at something that happened. In verse 37, a great windstorm arose. Listen, Jesus Christ himself went through a storm. What makes you think you escape every storm in life? The only thing is that you will go through it and you will not die, because what doesn't kill you will make you better. And there's always a breakthrough, a testimony at the other side of the storm. A great windstorm arose and the waves beat into the boat so that it was already filling. But he was asleep, understand? He was asleep on a pillow. He wasn't even happy enough to sleep. He was chilled. He took a chill pill and he slept. Listen, the storm wanted to kill Jesus. But if he is with you and in your boat, no storm will take you down. What I want you to see is that there was something at the other side of this. The master said, let us go to the other side. He has seen what they hadn't seen. He knows what they don't know. There was a man who was looking for something. And so we go through, he rebukes the wind and everything. Then in chapter number 5, verse number 1, they came to the other side of the sea. Through the storm, through everything, they came to the other side. And in that country, the country of the Gadarenes, he came out, there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. He has been dwelling among whoever gave birth to a child and said that your address will be in tombs and cemeteries. Something had happened to that guy. And he was dwelling. Demons have empowered him with so much demonic power that even chains could not break, could not hold him. He would break the shackles. He would pull them apart, cut himself into pieces. Night and day, he was in the tombs crying and cutting it. Demon power. Listen, sometimes people do things. We give them psychological names and Facebook shades, but you never know. At the root of their problem are things that you may never understand. Don't judge anybody until you have walked in their shoes for a little while. And if you don't understand, friend, keep quiet. If you can't help, keep quiet. It is bad enough to try to rebuild your life privately, but it's even worse when you have to do it publicly with mouths that won't keep quiet. He saw Jesus, he ran and he worshipped him. This one is doing better than some people who go to church who worship. They go to stare and stand like wooden Indians. A demon-possessed man. At least 6,000, he says, I am Legion. Legion is 6,000. At least 6,000 devils were there. And he went and worshipped. Look at that, but I won't go through all that. But in the end, Jesus cast out the devil into some 2,000 sheep. And that's another time. But what I want you to see is this. What I want you to see is this. The man said, I want to go with you everywhere you are going. And Jesus did not permit him. And he said, go home to your friends. Tell them what great things the Lord has done for you and how he has had compassion on you. And verse number 20 is where I end this. He departed and began to proclaim in the Decapolis, 10 cities, 10 cities, all that Jesus had done for him, and all marvel. Sometimes in this life, my friend, potential can be wrapped up in misery. Potential can be wrapped up in misery. Greatness sometimes can wear the clothes of abject poverty. Greatness sometimes can come to us disguised as hopelessness. Let's be very careful how we treat people. Let's be very careful how we treat the people that come our way, because you never know. The one you are looking down on tomorrow can be your king, can be your leader. Don't judge anybody by their now. Don't judge anybody by their now. The man who was a demon-possessed man, 6,000 demons, cutting himself, breaking shackles, bleeding, shouting. We see here, he became an evangelist to 10 cities. Think about that. The other side. The Lord said, let's go to the other side. In between, there was a storm, but he knew that there was somebody who was crying. Please listen. Know that there's another side to this. And then finally, let me tell you the other thing. Verse number 10 in Acts chapter 28, it says that the people honored us and blessed us. There's always honor at the other side of your this. Don't quit because of a temporary situation. You never know what awaits you at the other side of this. I want to quit. I want to finish this episode, and let me paint some two pictures about two people to you. One in the Old Testament, one in the New Testament. There was a guy called Jephthah. It's the book of Judges. You read chapter 11, it's right there. Jephthah, he was born out of wedlock, which was never his fault. Oh, the things that we pay for things that we didn't do. His own siblings disowned him and they threw him out. Paint it on the canvas of your mind. He left home. I'm sure he appealed to justice of the elders and they denied him. And he left. The book says that he went to a place called Tob, and worthless people banded themselves to it. Life has this thing that when you have nothing, nothing joins you. Because achievers have many friends. Hear me, my friend. This man, Jephthah, could have been bitter. He could have been an underachiever. He could have played the blame game, but he didn't. He took these worthless people and recycled them to become one of the fiercest fighting machines in Israel. And one day when Israel was in trouble, guess who they went looking for? They went to that man. Please listen. Everything that they have put you through is prepping you for greatness on the other side. One day, the carpenter from Galilee was on his way doing good. And the establishment, who always wanted to trick him and hound him, sent an emissary to him to ask him a question that, why do we pay taxes? You know, the Romans were ruling and the Jews, no, they didn't want it. So even paying of taxes was an issue. And they wanted to trick him about paying of taxes. And the Lord Jesus said, give me a coin. And they gave me a drachma, a coin. And he showed it and said, whose inscription is here? They said, Caesar's. And he said, then go pay taxes to Caesar. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's and give to them. What he was saying in effect is this, that every coin has two sides. Every coin, if you have a coin in your pocket that has only one side, it's either destroyed or counterfeit. It has two sides. The Lord indicated that there are two sides to every coin, Caesar and the Lord's. Please listen, so are things in this life. Whatever you are facing is not the only side of your trouble. The problem you are facing right now, the hard time, is not the only thing. It's not the final nail in your coffin, as it were. There's another side to this. I hope I've encouraged somebody today on this Ambassador of Hope. The other side of this, please, can you hold on one more day? Can you pray one more prayer? Can you push a little bit? Can you keep walking a little bit? Can you keep holding on a little bit? Can you keep trusting a little bit? Can you start one more time, knowing that this is not the end? There's another side to this. That is episode number 84. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you right now. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. The other side of this, I want to pray for you. Don't go. I want to pray for you. Listen, a lot of people have been asking about our leadership thing, ISI, that happens in Atlanta, Georgia, July 19th to the 23rd, 2023. July 19th to the 23rd. I hear sometimes there are people who need letters to go for visas and things. We'll be very happy to give you letters, whatever it is. And whatever after that is just up to you. But please make a note and come. It's awesome. The speakers this year are going to be amazing. On Saturday, we're going to have one of the greatest concerts with Nathaniel Bassey and all kinds of people. Great leaders, my friends, are coming. So please make plan for July, whatever it is, save some money and come and let's see what's going to happen. And if you want to partner with us, please send us a note, admin at advancedlife.org or info at leader@advancedlife.org. Just support us, be with us, whatever. Great things are happening. I've been in Ghana for a little while. I'm on my way home right now. I'm going to just get out of here. But listen to me. Whatever does not kill you will make you stronger. And whatever you are going through, there's another side to this. Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus, I thank you for every man, every woman, every boy, every girl that has listened to your servant. Whatever anyone is going through, whatever they are facing, I pray in the name of the Lord that, Father, you drum this word over and over, that there's another side to this. That what they are saying is not the end of the story. Give somebody unusual kindness. Let somebody step into the month of March and march on into victory. Let this month of March don't let it be a march of madness, but let it be a march of methods. Do somebody good. Let somebody sleep well. Let somebody recover. Let somebody get up one more time. Let somebody shake it off into fire. But above all, let your name be glorified in people's lives. We thank you in the name of the Lord Jesus. My name is Ofosu-Appiah, your ambassador of hope. And remember, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And whatever you are going through, there's another side to this. Have a good evening. I love you very much. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye for now.